Get ready.
Ready. Yep. All right, 4:01. We're calling to order the Joshua Type B Economic Development Corps and Park Board meeting. Do we have a citizen forum today?
No, sir.
No? Okay. We're gonna slide into the regular agenda. It looks like the first item on business is introduction of staff, board members, and viewing of Texas Comptroller Economic Development Corporation training video.
Okay, I'll start and we can go all the way around if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Don't know me. My name is Alice Holloway. I am the city secretary for the city of Joshua. I've been here going on almost 6 years. You would get most of your communication from me. The agenda packet will go out 3 business days prior to the meeting, sometimes earlier. That does not count weekends and holidays. The law has recently changed, so if you're used to the 72 hours, that no longer exists. So if there's any questions anytime between the meetings, feel free to reach out to me.
So I'm Mike Peacock, the city manager. Of course, I have the task of overseeing all of the day-to-day operations of the city. And of course, I do that with department heads and other folks. You'll hear from Aaron in just a minute. He's the assistant city manager and he oversees Parks and Rec. And so he'll be your primary contact through this board. I'll be in here from time to time, but most of the time you're going to be hearing from this one right here. But my door's always open. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. Be happy to help. Welcome. Thank y'all for serving.
Aaron Maldonado, the Assistant City Manager. I'm here to help any way possible. You can always reach out to me anytime before a meeting. If you have any question, I can go over any kind of agenda item for you.
How long you been with us now, Aaron?
7 years.
I didn't tell you how long I've been here because I don't want to disclose my age.
Seen rocks newer than that.
Stephen Gillum, the park manager, been here exactly 2 years. 3 years.
Yeah.
I run park day-to-day operations of the park, maintenance of all facilities, improvements of all facilities, working on new projects and different things.
Marcy?
I'm Carol Kendall Philly. Been in Joshua just a little over 3 years now.
Bobby Rumfield, been in Joshua for a year.
I'm Melissa Frazier, and I've been in Joshua about 9 years.
Dustin Dees, been in Joshua since second grade, so I don't know how long that's been. It's been a long time, since 1980 or something.
Mark Rayburn, a professional alternate, and I've
Every
been
board.
yeah, and I've been in Joshua for just under a year.
Ashton Nix. I grew up in Joshua, moved to Burleson, but have lived in Joshua the last eight years now.
Deal.
If it's okay, we're going to start the video.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Russell Gallahan, the Senior Economic Development Analyst at the Center. Stuff here is aspects of civil tax now. All about the election process, creating corporation, partnership process. We will also cover various project limitations. Sales tax for economic development is one of several optional municipal sales taxes. The development tax was authorized by the legislature in 1979 to allow cities to promote economic development in their communities. However, little progress was made at the succeeding decade in 1989. Cities were given the option to fund economic development projects with sales tax revenue, creating a corporation. In 1991, legislature said that the sales tax into 1/8 to 1/2 of 1%, and created the 4D Corporation to expand eligible revenue funds. The first 4D project was the Texas Rangers baseball stadium located in Arlington. In 2009, the act was recodified the local government code, chapters 501 to 505. This resulted in changing the names of the corporations from 4A, 4B, Type A, and Type B. Today, cities have created more than 720 Type A and Type B economic development corporations, also known as EDCs. They provide the largest single source of revenue for municipal economic development in Texas. Currently, 205 cities impose the Type A sales tax, 515 cities impose the Type B sales tax. 125 cities have both types of corporations. Annual sales tax receipts for Type A corporations were $282 million in fiscal 2017. Type B receipts were more than $481 million. About 60% of Type A and Type B cities have populations of less than 5,000. Which cities have economic development corporations funded by local sales taxes? Red dots on the map on the left show the locations of Type A corporations in the state. The map on the right shows the locations of cities with Type B corporations designated in blue. You will note the distribution of corporations is similar whether Type A or Type B. Corporations in the major metropolitan areas. Additionally, it's obvious Type B corporations are much more numerous. On this map, the blue pens designate the 125 cities collecting both a Type A and a Type B economic development sales tax. By law, each city has two separate boards of directors, one to administer the Type A sales tax, and a second board of directors to oversee Type B sales tax. Type A and Type B sales tax for economic development may be imposed in increments of 1/8 of 1%. It's important to remember that the total combined local sales tax in any area cannot exceed 2%. This is the total combination of all local sales taxes, all entities in the jurisdiction, including cities, counties, and special purpose states. If you're unsure of the local sales tax rate in your area, there's a tax rate locator tool on the controller website at controller.texas.gov. As with all local sales taxes, an election is required by statute before the tax can be imposed. The Economic Development Corporation can be created. The following section will describe the election process. Vote for sales tax during both steps. Calling an election on or the 78th day prior to the election date. Deadline for votes on the website of the Secretary of State at state.ts.us. Ballot language for calling a Type A sales tax election may be found in Chapter 5 of the Local Government Code. That does not specify ballot language to call an election to vote the Type B sales tax. The city should confirm with legal counsel the draft ballot language for the Type B sales tax election. The city must publish a notice of the election at least once in a newspaper of general circulation in the city between 10 to 30 days before the election. The election may be held only on a uniform election day, either the first Saturday in May or the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. No other election days are permissible. After a successful election, the city council must call a meeting to canvass the election results 8 to 11 days after the election. The election results must be recorded in the meeting minutes and include the date of the election, the ballot language, number of votes for, the number of votes against, the number of votes by which it passed. The city secretary should send the election results by certified mail, addressed to the Revenue Accounting Division, Tax Allocation Section at the Texas State Controller's Office. If the city has not previously imposed sales tax, the notice also should include a boundary map of the city. If the election fails, notification to the Controller's Office is not required. The city must wait at least a full year before bringing the issue to voters again. State law describes the sales tax implementation schedule. If the election is successful and held on the first Saturday in May, the city is required to notify the Controller's Office by June 30th. The election would begin on October 1st. The city would receive the first sales tax allocation from the Controller in December and each month thereafter. Similarly, if the election is held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, and the city notifies the controller's office the election results by December 31st, the sales tax will go into effect on April 1st. The city would receive the first payment. Once the election actions are complete, the city should create type A corporations or type B corporations in capital. All the slides describe the necessary steps related to creating a corporation, establish board of directors, and procedural requirements the city to type A. For type A corporations, the city council appoints at least 5 members of the board of directors. Board members serve the pleasure of the city council and be removed by the council at any time. Board members are appointed for terms of up to 6 years, and a year appointment. There are no qualifying criteria for a person to serve as a director, or are there any residency requirements for type A board members that I described in the county or even the state. For type B corporations, the city council appoints 7 board members. But for the city council, members can be removed at any time from office. Board members are appointed for 2-year terms and may be reappointed. Unlike type A corporations, members of type B boards of directors are subject to certain qualifying criteria. State law limits the number of city officers or city employees to 4 of the 7 might be board positions. Board members must be city residents, except for city with population less than 20,000. States the city with population is less than 20,000, board member may be a resident of the city or a resident of the county in which the major part of the city is located, or reside within 10 miles of the city's boundaries and in a county bordering the county in which the major portion of the city is located. Once the board members have been selected by the city council, there are several steps the new Economic Development Corporation Board must complete and start work on eligible projects. First, the board will need to select the name of the corporation, bylaws, and city council breakdown. Then the board will need to file a certificate of formation with Texas Secretary of State, file form AP-204, the state controller's office, Texas and organization section. This is filed to the controller's office, Economic Development Corporation. All type A and type B board of directors members are required to obtain open meetings and Texas Public Information Act training. This training is only available through the Attorney General's office, may be viewed on our website at texasattorneygeneral.gov. Both classes are 1 hour in length, required within 90 days of appointment to the board of directors. Employees of the Economic Development Corporation and the cities are required to receive economic development training once every 24 months. This includes the executive director of the corporation and one of the following: the city attorney, the city administrator, or the city clerk. This training is titled Economic Development Sales Tax Workshop and is administered by the Texas Economic Development Council. More information is available on their website at texasedc.org. Each EDC project must follow an approval process outlined by the Development Corporation Act for the project to begin. These required procedures are often preceded by informal meetings between the executive director and the board of controller. Once the board is ready to proceed, the approval process begins. For type A corporations, the board must receive approval for each project from the city council. EDC can pursue projects outside the city limits if they obtain approval from the governing body of that jurisdiction. If the project is located in a county outside the city limits, approval would be sought from the county commissioners board. If it's an adjacent city, approval would come from the appropriate city council. Type A corporations are allowed to undertake type B projects. They receive voter approval in an election. However, the cities with both a type A and a type B corporation and a population under 7,500. Type A corporation may proceed with a type B project with only city council approval. The type B project approval process begins in the same manner as type A. Board must receive approval from the city council before beginning a project. If the project will be located outside the city limits, board will need approval from the county commissioners board or the appropriate city council. For a functional project, IP corporations also involved at least one public hearing. Unless EDC is planning a type A project and the city has a population of less than 20,000. At least 60 days before funding, the corporation must provide a public notice. Public then has 60 days to present the city council with a petition requesting a referendum on the project. If there is a petition signed by 10% of the registered voters, the city must hold an election before proceeding, unless the project type was previously been approved by the voters in a prior election. The 60-day right of petition period expires without a single petition. The board of directors may proceed with the project on the 61st day. There are two broad categories of projects available to economic development corporations. Those anticipated to develop industries, typically described as type A projects. Those anticipated to develop communities, described as type B projects. There's a great deal of overlap between the two, that to simplify and separate the projects from corporations make. Type A corporations typically use tax revenues to fund projects that develop industries. A list of eligible activities is outlined in Chapter 501 of the Local Government Code. In 2003, the legislature amended the definition of authorized projects requirements that's the result of the creation or retention of primary jobs. A primary job is the type of job that's available in the economy for which a majority of the products and services of that company are ultimately exported to markets outside the local region and $52 the local economy. Primary jobs are further limited to specific industry sectors, such as agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and scientific research and development. These industry limitations can be found in Local Government Code, Chapter 501. Any requirement the businesses bring in funding entities. Most type A projects are required to create or retain primary jobs in industries such as manufacturing and industrial facilities. Research and development laboratories, such as biomedical or aerospace. Warehouses and distribution centers. This can be a local parts supplier or a regional shipping hub or company. And corporate headquarters facilities. These can be regional headquarters, national headquarters, or even international headquarters. Additional preventable project categories are described in chapters 501 and 504 of the Local Government Code. A corporation can undertake any of the previously mentioned type A project categories. We also have an additional set of options that enhance quality of life in an effort to attract businesses and tourism. This list of activities can be found in Chapter 505 of the Local Government Code. Public parks, open-based improvements. Concert halls, auditoriums, and theaters. Stadiums, ballparks, athletic fields, private professional teams for children's sports. Tourist, adventure, and visitor center. And for cities with a population. This includes any of the record report project expenditures, plus some communities. The ability of existing businesses to serve their customers is a priority in economic development plans. For example, in some areas of the state, residents travel more than an hour to purchase groceries, especially fresh produce. Economic development corporations in such communities might work with their retailers to install refrigerated display cases and to secure contracts with green grocers to deliver essential items. This would enhance quality of life for residents and increase retail sales that otherwise be lost to neighboring communities. As you can see, there's a wide variety of projects and eligible activities EDC may undertake. There are some limitations. Both Type A and Type B corporations may fund targeted infrastructure. Regardless of the type of business activity, the EDC board of directors chooses to support. Targeted infrastructure improvements so it's followed. Streets and roads. Natural gas utilities. Water and sewer utilities. Drainage. Site improvements. Communications and internet improvements. And remediation along the Gulf of Mexico. Over the year, the legislature removed certain categories of projects from eligibility for EDC funding. Such projects are excluded by attorney general. Educational facilities like libraries, K through 12 classrooms, or K through 12 athletic facilities. Sewer systems for benefit of the general public. Residential city streets and construction improvement. Municipal building construction like city halls, fire stations, or police stations. There's a limited exception for constructing a fire or police station. These facilities will directly enhance business development. For example, EDC might fund construction of a police substation as an incentive to an armored car operator relocated to the city. Alternatively, EDC might fund a fire station as an incentive to business constructing or expanding from for fire or fire staff. Having all projects, the board of directors of the Economic Development Corporation should further their legal counsel or private development, part of improvement in economic development agreement or funding a project. The EDC board of directors may not have the expertise to perform certain economic development activities. In those cases, they may contract with other entities and activities funded by purposes. Each contractor has a performance agreement with the law division to ensure people accept law. Consent from the EDC board of directors. The most common contract is the economic development contract. A business receiving the examples of potential contractors include other EDCs as partners on multi-jurisdictional projects. Marketing and promoting systems. Cities for administrators. Counties for providing some services. EDC boards also cite this provision and authorization to employ an executive director. Economic Development Corporations are required by statute to submit a financial report to the Controller's Office each year. Economic Development Corporation report details the corporation's activities for the previous fiscal year. The report is submitted online to the This information is compiled into a biannual report prepared by the Controller's Office and submitted to the legislature each section. During the submit reform, they result in exclusion from the Controller's biannual Economic Development Corporation report to the legislature and the financial committee. This is an example of an actual report. Section of the report asks for administrative information such as the corporation name, contact person, address, phone number. The second section asks for the primary economic development objective of the corporation, such as job creation and job creation. The third section asks for revenue and expense information. The fourth section requires the types of assets the corporation holds, such as land or building. Finally, the report asks for the name and contact information of the person completing the report. What does the Controller's Office do with the data? Previously, you used the data on the website of the corporation one at a time, format similar to the submission form on the previous slide. First, you can pull report to the legislature in PDF format. On the visualization tool gives you the ability to view individual corporation data or to create comparison reports, for instance, say, for all economic development corporations. If it sets the remaining plot of the slide. For example, selected fiscal years 2017 and 2018, City of Abilene and Amarillo, and Bay, and portion of some after funds and business objectives. Then also may be displayed in record form. Selecting the front tab on the left screen. Here's the revenue visualization and law. Here's the graphic of the revenue data as a percentage of total revenue. This might be more useful when comparing corporations vastly different amounts of revenue. Visualizations also are available for extended data, different fund balance, assets, different. Take our graph and you download it and print it, but click in the house. will also have the directory function that will facilitate communication with business prospects, other economic development operations, and the public. This concludes the presentation of the economic development sales tax.
And I'm happy to email that out to anyone who wants it.
Please.
That percentage of sales tax, does it come from what's already allocated, the 8.25%? Is it portion on top of it? How does that work?
The sales tax.
It's part of that rate.
Yes.
Part of this, it's part of that rate.
Part of that 8.25, it's currently already there, they pull from that? It's not on top of that?
So if the city works to have a corporation, the sales tax would essentially be less, you know.
So
It's still to that allowable.
you're only taking up to that 8.25. Other than that, it would be 7.25, whatever it may be. Is it, I guess what sales tax currently at the tax level at the cap would be at 8.25. Is that correct?
Currently.
Yep. That's what you can only go up to. You could be less than if you didn't have the A and B board.
Correct.
Got it.
All right. Okay. After that riveting video, let's see here. Discuss, consider, and possible action on the appointment of the following positions for a 1-year term.
I skipped on to.
Oh, city secretary to administer the oath of office to the newly appointed directors.
If the new members will please stand and raise your right hand. Everyone, yes. You were reappointed for this one.
Oh, yeah.
I state your name.
Do
Do solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Type B Economic Development Corporation and Parks Board
of the office of Type B EDC Park Board
for the city of Joshua,
for the city of Joshua,
state of Texas,
state of Texas,
and will do the best of my ability
and will do the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
to preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
If you would please sign that, and I'll pick it up later.
All right. Well, welcome all the new members. Right now, discuss, consider, and possible action on the appointment of the following positions for a 1-year term. It's president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer.
Yes. And president who's going to run the meetings, vice president backs up. And so, you know, the secretary, I actually do the secretarial work. We still by law have to have someone appointed. So they can be happy to look over and make sure everything's confirmed in the minutes before it comes. And same thing with treasurer, we actually have in-house. So there's nothing that position really has to do, but we still have to have someone appointed for that.
So what do we need to do?
We can do it individually, or we can nominate someone for each position and have one motion and 1 second if you prefer.
Can one person have all positions?
No. And Dustin has been president for how many years now?
Yeah, this was my second term. So, yeah.
So 4 years?
Is that right?
2-year terms.
My goodness.
Yes.
Time flies.
Okay. Is there a motion to nominate someone as president?
I'll make a motion, to renominate
You
him.
gonna nominate?
Yep.
Okay, what about vice president? Is there a nomination?
Well, I guess really, considering everybody's new, is there anybody that would like to step up for that? It's from what I've experienced, if I'm not here and I'm on vacation or something, then basically you would just step up and read this thing like I'm doing now. And the president doesn't really get to make a motion or
You can.
I can't.
You can.
I can't. What can't I do? I can't do something.
I don't know.
I thought I guess I can do everything. I just haven't been doing it. No, so but basically that's really all the vice president would do. So
And keep in mind, Mark is an alternate, so he will not be able to serve on these positions for this board.
Vice President Grenade?
Well, then I nominate Robbie to be vice president.
And
Second that.
what it is, we're just making nominations
All
now.
right.
Okay.
Is there a nomination for secretary or volunteer? Carol?
There we go. I nominate Carol.
Thank you.
And last is treasurer.
The two of y'all left. When y'all got a rock, paper, scissors for it?
Okay, so for our nomination, president, we have Dustin, vice president's Robbie, secretary is Carol, and treasurer is Ashton. Is there a motion to approve these nominations?
So move.
Is there a second?
I'll second that. I guess all in favor of the positions as nominated, please raise your hand. And it's unanimous. Congratulations on your new positions. All right, number 4, review and discuss questions related to the budget report for August 2025. Aaron, you gonna take that since Mike's not here?
Sure, so the budget report is, up through
If you click I'm sorry, Aaron, hold on. If you guys will click the link in the iPad, you can see it in there. Yeah, just in case you didn't know.
It's, up until the, end of August, and everything looks in line. There was nothing in the red, so everything looked good.
That sales tax is what's generated from our local business people now. That's 693 across the board, is that correct? Is that what you're looking at now?
Yes. So we have the 300 fund, which is basically your sales tax, and then you have the fine and fees below it, the investment earnings below that, and then miscellaneous, which gives us our total on the page 1 there. So 748, right? But yes. So, but the 693 is from the sales taxes.
So that's the budgeted amounts.
Right.
For all revenue for the fund, and so the fiscal activity is what we've collected so far this year.
Up through August, right? Mhm.
Just out of curiosity, what are fine and fees?
Park pavilions, the field use fees.
Yeah, that was line item to park pavilions and
Mhm.
field fees, but line item, Department 86 fines and fees totals of 13,000.
It's the kind of grouping that those fall under, category that those fall under. So you've got sales tax and then that one type of sales tax, and you've got fines and fees. The 2 revenue accounts under that are the park pavilion rental fees and field use fees.
That's why there's kind of a variation from month to month, especially like when they start using
Right.
T-ball and things of that nature, those fees probably go up.
Right. Yeah, and it depends on how many kids they have registered for the association that year, because each player, I don't remember the amount, but each player, there's a set amount that goes to the city.
There are 2 primary deposits into larger deposits into that field use accounts per year for all for that make up the bulk of the revenue.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, any more questions on the budget for August? All right. Next part is the item staff B. Review and discuss questions related to the budget. Oh, no, that's what we just did.
I know I'm relatively new in this, but is there a report where these funds are allocated to? I mean, each one's at $763,000.
Just keep scrolling down to that next, second page of all the expenditures that are budgeted for the year. And so it's got the budget for the expenditures and then what's been spent year to date for those.
Got it. Yeah, which one was that one at? I thought I had it.
It's if you go to, what is it, number 4, and then it's the first, yeah. Yeah, I lost my page.
Oh. Yeah, I already seen that one. I just didn't know. I mean,
I lost it. I lost the agenda.
I seen that one. Straight up in capital A. Okay, equipment.
So, there's a transfer budget.
I closed it out by accident.
Oh, just like
That's how it's been done in the past for fiscal year.
This one?
Not the black one.
That's for all of the arts expenditures, so for fiscal year 26, we have that budgeted straight in the fund, so it's a little more easy to see, you know, all the expenditures that are.
Portion of the year.
Right, so starting October 1 is the beginning of the fiscal
End of the
year,
year,
so beginning, you know, we still had another month of September to report to y'all, but starting October, it will look very different. You can
Right.
see all of those.
End of year date type stuff. Got it.
The transfer to debt service, how much total debt are we carrying? Do you know? Sorry.
Yeah, give me
I assume it's not in the billions or anything.
It's in the budget for the city that's posted online. The last section of it has all of the outstanding debt, and so a portion of that is for, you know, each detailed page has the fund that debt is tied to. So I think there's probably 1 or 2 issuances that the tidy is responsible.
If you like, when I send out the video, I can send a link to the new budget,
Oh, that'd be nice.
make it easier for you to find.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions on the budget report for August? Okay, let's move to number 5 then. Discuss, consider, and possible action on the September 8th meeting minutes. Everybody has the link there if you want to look over them. Once we've read over these, we'll need a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented.
Make a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
And we will need someone to second that.
I said it.
Give everybody just a minute just to make sure they read over them and if they have any questions. There was a lot went on that meeting.
Was it looked like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Not as busy as this one, but it was busy. Okay, so we've got a motion and a second. Everybody please raise your hand if you approve the meeting minutes as presented from August. Right. Unanimous approval of the meeting minutes. Okay, number 6, discuss, consider, and possible action regarding necessary curb and sidewalk repairs at the entrance to the Joshua YMCA facility. Says Mr. Peacock, but
So, there's an attachment that our Public Works Director has added. There's about a length of about 45 feet that's separated from the curb. It's separated from the curb, and it kind of varies. It varies from 2 to 4 inches that it's sunken below the curb, and so it's made it an unsafe area for the some of the people that use the YMCA, and so he's wanting to ask to lift through mud jacking with sand and gravel to lift the, well, it's kind of good that the sidewalk itself hasn't really cracked in any, area. And so it basically just needs to be relifted. And there's been some other projects in the area that they've used this method and it's worked out well. So, total cost for this project would be around $1770.
That includes the contractors too, right? Did I see that down here? The jackhammer rental, all of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, turnkey.
And this is, around where it goes to the field, right? The section of the sidewalk?
No, it's right in front of the
Right, it's-
YMCA.
Oh, it's still right in front, not even
Yeah,
all the
see
way to
the-
the field?
You see the
Okay.
drawing, the picture? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the building, that's the entrance right
Right.
there. So
Okay.
it's,
In
it goes
In the
towards the
direction,
field.
not
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk on that section, so.
And we do own the building.
Yeah.
Was everyone aware of that?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's our responsibility, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that seems like something that needs to be done. We sure don't want to be liable for someone hurting themselves. I guess on the rentals and all that, we don't require like 3 quotes or anything, right? I mean, not for this amount,
No,
right? I mean, if it's,
less than the 3,000. So.
yeah. All right, so I make a motion to approve, the quote as, not to exceed $1,770 to repair the sidewalk in front of the YMCA.
I second.
All right. If anybody has any questions, if not, we'll vote. Please raise your hand if you approve the 1770 to repair the sidewalk. It's like unanimous approval. All right. Next, discuss, consider, and possible action regarding the purchase and installation of a Musco control link at the city park.
Okay, so this is for our baseball fields. Currently, the light controls are a manual on-off switch that's located inside the concession stand itself. The lighting system we have out there is Musco, which I did bring this up 2 meetings ago.
Mhm.
There were some questions on whether or not this system, different, maybe more cost-effective system would work with it, and I did find out it will not. So Musco is the only one we can go with for the lights we have. The cost of this would be $13,950. What we get with that is a total retrofit of the system. Take it from a manual on off that the association or whoever has access to the concessions can turn on and off as it please. And it'll put it on a remote system that we'd be able to schedule times and turn on and off remotely. So general public and whoever doesn't have access to the lights. Cause I've gone out there in May and seen the lights on it. In the afternoon,
Mhm.
8 and stuff.
Or left on.
Waste of
Left on.
utility.
Yeah. Not cheap to run those lights.
No. Once or twice, it's not gonna add up, but when it keeps happening over and over, lights that aren't needed are being turned on and used. So one field's in use, but all 3 field lights are turned on. It's a bit of a waste. So this would be some saving on our electric bill. This would also be a little bit saving on maintenance because those lights are only rated for a certain amount of hours. If they exceed those, they start going out and it's cheap to replace them. So,
I assume there's no way to get like a little smart power strip that you can.
we'll be a lot simpler again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to give you, some of you, just a little back history, a couple months ago, we came in, Steve came in with this and, we kind of sent him back to find out some more information. So he'd come in and we just weren't sure, right? Because we didn't know enough about the system, if we could do a cheaper route, if there was something, but unfortunately with the Musco system, it sounds like we're kind of stuck using their stuff, right? So,
There's other lighting systems, but they work on their own
yeah.
systems, so they're not interchangeable.
Yeah. Okay.
This would also help us in the future. We're looking at potentially opening up for public rentals.
Mm.
People would be able to rent lights and we'd be able to schedule them for their time. So that's something we're wanting to do. And this would be another tool we could use.
Stephen has offered to have the app at his house and handle all of that. So
Touch a button.
that's right.
We got type B.
This would recommending this to come out of the park improvement. Something that's pre-existing in the park. There's still 30,482 in that budget. That would want to come to this with the install right.
That's something that we need to approve here.
It's the facility that y'all opened. But no, I mean, those bond funds are in the capital improvement fund.
That's what I was thinking. So we don't.
It is a project.
Could also do it out of the fund balance.
I'd rather not.
So, you have to need to, I mean, it's prudent to spend your bond funds as soon as possible. You're not going to have to spend a lot of funds here, so. And they can only be used for park improvements.
Right.
So.
Okay. So we don't have to make the motion then, Alice, right, on which fund it comes from, right? Or do we?
Well, it would be good, so I have it for the minutes, so Marcy has it, and so it's a good record keeping of it.
Okay.
So Marcy, are you saying it should come from the bond?
So just like the sidewalk item before. Is that coming from fund balance? Do I need to adjust the budget for that? We're just gonna let it kind of hit the be fund and see how the budget comes out, and maybe there's savings in other areas and there's no need for a budget on it.
So these are not budgeted items. Is that correct?
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
So, which the first one is very small, this one is much larger, and I do need to know where, we need to know where we're paying for it. For a bit.
I
What are the
think
funds in the bond? Fund, how much money's in the bond fund?
it's 30,000.
That was that was the bond fund he was talking about? Okay.
$30,482.
Okay, now is that 2025? Because 2026 starts October 1st, correct?
That's until they're spent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we receive those proceeds for the large park project, the main condition of those proceeds, that project is finished, and now there is a remainder of the money.
No, that makes
So it just rolls over.
Right, so it's just gonna remain there until there are park improvements to spend it on.
So I guess this is what it's there for. Yeah.
All right. So I'll make a motion to approve this at, I can't remember the dollar. I'm sorry.
13,950.
That's the number, 13,950 to come out of the park improvement bond fund. As quoted. Looking for
I will
I
second.
second. Whomever.
All right, all in favor of approving the quote at 13,950? Please raise your hands. Unanimous approval. Okay. Staff, Parks Department staff report.
So I sent you for I'm seeing this. The parks report every month, the percentage based report that I'm putting together, going over and reflecting the types of projects we're doing, the overall condition of the park, whether it's getting mowed or not. So right now we're short staffed, so the next park board meeting will reflect a little bit lower percentages just because we're at 2 people over 4 people.
Excuses.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good keeping up with everything. So this is just a reflection of the hard work that our guys are putting in as a staff that we do currently have, keeping everything up and running and pretty. Bottom of it, additional projects and repairs. The highlights, projects that we do every month, different things that are non-typical.
Whenever I started on this board, I didn't have somebody that would say, when we'd see something like this, someone would tell us, oh yeah, hey, by the way, we replaced the irrigation system, 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So as I see things that come up and we are looking at report cards, if I see something that pops into my head that we've done recently, I'll let you guys know. So such as the irrigation, so we replaced how many heads or valves?
Dozens of things. This past year, we completely renovated the whole irrigation
Yeah.
functioning part of it, the pump controller. And we completely retrofitted from an above ground suction pump to out of water suction pump and submersible.
Submersible.
It's not done. Submersible pump, so it works more like a well system and versus drawing, pushing, pulling.
Do we irrigate out of that pond? Deep pond?
Yeah. So
And we use that from.
the splash pad fills the pond, so all the water comes in, it's passed through. So it comes straight from J side into the splash pad, fills the pond, and we reuse that for irrigation. This time of year, we rely a little bit more on rain, which we're in sort of supply right now. So we'll have to come on a little bit to refill the pond here very soon. If we don't get any.
Irrigation system, it had been many years since it had been
Yes. It was a
revamped or updated. Yeah.
one problem after the next. So with the upgrade, it's been a lot better. We're still finding some previously existing problems, from underground wiring, cracks in the pipes here and there. All those we're able to fix in-house. It's just the guts of it.
Just out of curiosity, how much do we spend on water?
You have it.
On that part? You don't have it off the top of your head, we'll catch up next time.
I know there's been a few months, it's been 40,000 range.
In a month?
Splash pad leaking, but not since I've.
Yeah, my first day on the board, thought that was gonna be a highlight of my conversation at some point. You know how much water, how much money we spend at that water splash pad.
Just 32,000 for partial facilities, but that's one of the.
I guess inevitably the back half of my question is gonna be is how much we spend on it versus what a well or things like that would do. I know Jay said it's quite expensive and that's always a touchy subject here, but we spend more money on Jay said water than I think anything. But would a well offset that at some point, whether down the road? So I guess that'll be a conversation for down the road, but
We do the research and get you an answer.
well, I think yes. $32,000 a month, and I'm not in the well business, but you can dig a 6-inch well for about $300,000, which does about 300 gallons a minute, which pays for a lot more J-Sub water over the course of even a couple of years.
The only difference would be with J-Sub water, health and public safety, because it's splash pad, kids are getting in it. If there was ever contamination in the well, we wouldn't know until we went out there and tested it ourselves.
Oh, you can
Our
do it.
J-Sub water's already coming in to the splash pad.
It's already
Fully
treated,
treated with bromine and chlorine.
A little outside my pay scale, but I will explain a little bit. You can always do a reverse osmosis system with a 3,000 gallon holding tank that supports a lot of that. But again, different conversation, different time, but there's always.
We would probably have to switch to a tank system.
Yeah, correct.
Which would require more certifications and more staff.
Easy stuff.
Worth looking at though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. $32,000 a month. That's a lot of money.
sounds like
That's other
It's a
utilities.
year.
A year?
And other
I thought you were
utilities.
saying a
not
month.
just
I was
water.
like,
Budget for next year, that utility line is.
okay, yeah, we cut that in half. That's $3,000. That's about a half, but that's $2,800 a month. When you said that number, I was way over sticker shock if we were in that monthly rate.
I mean, we can get, drill down a little bit more to see exactly what's.
No, I think we're putting it outside of a well conversation, but $32,000 is well within a well conversation.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments on the report card here?
Good work.
A B+ student, that's pretty good. I don't know if it'll get you into a D1 college, but.
Shooting for 100%.
So you mentioned you're down to 2 people and not 4. What happened?
Two part-time person and our full-time maintenance worker. Well, one got a promotion and one got a higher tech job out in Midland. So he was to order for the oil field, doesn't it?
It had to be a lot of money to get you moved to Midland.
Yeah.
He's 23, single, and
Oh, that's a perfect job for that age. Yeah.
wish him all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a good one, and I think they're lucky down.
looking for a couple hires then, huh?
Got 2 positions opened up right now. Right now it's with me and Mike.
All right, thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
Future agenda items, a request by anybody on any of the directors here? Anybody like to talk about anything next month? See anything?
I have one question, Stephen. Last year you mentioned planting of trees. You still have that in the back of your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This time of year.
Do you have any leads on anything that you're looking
Since this
at?
item's not on the agenda,
Oh.
we can add it for a future agenda for next month.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You time to do your homework.
Yes.
All right. If nobody else has anything else, then meeting adjourned at 4:59.
You called it, Alice, 1 hour?